Hello and welcome, my name is Parky and today we're playing some more Castle Story. You may be back in Fatty Island where since last time you might have noticed a few things have changed. Now we've got all the Brickdens doing their tasks, we've got 3 guys in the mines, all of these stockpiles are completely full of stone, so we've got loads of building materials. We survived the first wave against 2 Corruptrons, and good old Dammy here. Yes, that's right, Dammy, his name has changed, and in fact all of their names have changed. Jacquet, Cartier, and all these other ones, yeah. Basically what happened was, the game save that I was working on last time in the first episode got corrupted, because the game, as I said, is in early access. It's a bit unstable on the saving and loading front. So what I've done is I've reverted to a sort of more stable patch of the game, and hopefully we shouldn't experience any problems now. We're basically where we were last time, so we've not missed out on anything. The only thing to note is that the UI has changed slightly, so we don't have some of the newer blocks like the curved stone, but aside from that it's pretty much all the same. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be expanding our central wall area. Now, as we said last time, we've got this sort of nice area over here that we can start walling up. I also want to start transporting some of this blue rock into the centre crystal, because hopefully this should start speeding up the time until we can spawn another character in. We're 25% of the way there. I think I'm going to get an archer this time, because to be honest we've got so many workers, we don't really need to worry about this front of thing. The construction is absolutely fine. But what we do need to worry about is our defence. We don't actually have bear traps in this version, which is a bit of a shame. I would have liked to have seen one of those working, but we do still have iron. So first things first, Oran, what we're going to do is we're going to get him to pick up this load. Orange crystals, what is this? Orange crystals. Workers bring orange crystals to this container. So we want to take from this target, the blue crystal, and possibly, can we place this? Is this even a thing, or do we need to wait until it's completely full? That's interesting. I think we might need to wait until this is completely full. We'll drop this load back into here then. Maybe it will turn into like proper crystal time? Crystal time! That's definitely not a thing. Okay, so the first wall that I'm going to put up is this one, because this is the smallest gap that the characters can run through. And actually, if you look, there's a bit of a weakness on this map in the fact that there's actually another sort of side route around the back of this mountain. So there's sort of 2 routes on this side to defend against, which makes it a bit more tricky. And we've also got this big path here, and obviously the massive path over this side. It's currently split into 2. The Corruptrons probably won't try to go through the forest, so we don't need to worry about that too much. But in the future that will become a problem. So what we need to do is we've got 2 minutes 50. Dammy is doing okay. Unfortunately we are going to have to wait until we can spawn another warrior. Maybe an archer would be good first. But first things first, what we're going to do is, there's not much point in building a wall as of yet, because we're not going to be able to defend it effectively. But what we can do is start constructing a bigger wall around our central crystal area. Now what I would like to do, if possible, I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work, I'd like to put down maybe another thickness of brick and then put some planks on top of that, just to make it sort of like a proper platform. So what we're going to do is we're going to shore up our defences by making this wall a bit thicker. It's going to take a lot longer for any Corruptrons to come and break through this, which is going to make it easier on us, at least in the early stages of the game. It's not going to be pretty, and don't get me wrong, this is only a temporary measure. In the future we're going to make an epic castle with lots of defensive outposts along those main defence lines. So yeah, that's my plan. And of course, basic defence means putting down as many blocks as you can in between the crystal and the Corruptrons. In fact, it might be worth putting someone else on this task as well, as Oran's actually not doing anything right now. The blue crystal transporting didn't actually work, so unfortunately we are going to have to wait on that front. But maybe once that gets filled up, we might be okay. But we need to actually use up a lot of this stone. In fact, it might actually be worth just going ahead and using some of the stone to create a bit of a basic wall on one of these sides, just so that we feel a bit more safe. Okay, so giving it sort of a nice little rim around the outside. Perfect. And then we're going to fill in these gaps using probably one of these small blocks like this. Unfortunately the lights are going to get in the way, but we can dismantle those at some point and it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Of course what we could do is just leave it sort of like open at the front a bit like this, because the door's going to be a weak point anyway. If the Corruptrons are going to go towards the door, then they're not going to try and break through the wall 1 block to the left of it, if you see what I mean. So we're just going to stick with this, and then after that we're going to put some blocks on the top part, a bit like this. Okay, so we're getting a little warning that the wave 2 is going to start very shortly, so we're going to have to keep our eyes out. Hopefully, what's your name? I can't remember. Dammy. We hope that he's going to be able to defend against this, because you know what, to be honest, I'm not feeling too hopeful. I think it's probably going to be 3 Corruptrons this time. Where are they? Now, where are they coming from? There's 2 from this direction, so let's get Dammy over here to attack him. Oh god, the move controls. Dammy's getting beaten on. If Dammy dies here, actually, we're going to run into some problems. Okay, Dammy's dead. So that's helpful. Not. Oh shit, maybe we should recall all workers. If this is going to be the way it's going to work, this might be a little bit of an issue. Maybe what can we get them all to attack these people? I don't think we can, unfortunately, and the crystal's taking an absolute beating here. Damn it! The crystal's dead. Game over. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, let's give that another little go. I think our mistake there was maybe not investing in another warrior. So let's see if I can figure this out somehow. Unfortunately, it looks like they're going to be able to climb over a too high a brick wall, which is not very helpful, to say the least. And it seems like all your normal workers can't actually do anything, which is, again, a bit worrying. Okay, Dammy, we're going to have to do a little bit better this time. Unfortunately, your work wasn't particularly great last time. We might actually, instead, build a little wall around these outside areas, just to slow down the amount of corruptions that are coming in at one time. It seems like Wave 2, it doubled. Like, there's 4 of them instead of 2. And actually, strangely enough, putting that outside rim around, because it wasn't finished, I think it made it high enough that it created a nice stairway for the Corruptrons to get over into the central area, which is not really what we're going for. So how much have we got here? 0% ready to spawn. Okay, Dammy, unfortunately we are going to struggle here. But what can we do? Catapults throw explosive barrels at enemies. Maybe we could try and make a catapult. I mean, that might be a thing. If we put a catapult over here, it would probably protect us from more sides than just having Dammy here. I mean, this is a completely different tactic. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Let's get Jackie Carter on there. And in fact, we might as well take one of these guys. Plants, you can come and start building this up again. Now, I mean, we're hedging our bets here that the catapult is actually going to help us and not blow up our own wall if they're attacking it. But you know, it's fun to try. It did say that this was the hard mode, so unfortunately Fatty Island is going to be a bit of a little bitch to protect against, which is a problem. But you know what? It's what we're here for. If we fail a few times, then that's fine with me. It's all in the journey, as I say. Okay, so I think also what we could start doing is building a little wall across here, just to use up some of our resources as well, because we've got plenty of them. We might as well try and add a bit of delay tactic here, if we can. It's going to be a little while for them to walk over here, as the construction... they can only bring 1 brick at a time, which doesn't make it very easy. But it's okay. We're doing our best. Just going to do a too-high wall like this, and in fact that wasn't very well thought out, was it? Let's put a double brick like this, and perfect. So that's probably going to reroute them around this side, and if that's the case, maybe what we should do is build another little wall over here, maybe going a little bit like this. It makes it difficult when it's at an angle, because there aren't diagonal blocks in this game. Maybe with those cornerstones, that will make it a little bit easier to build in those diagonals. But who knows? Okay, so let's get some small blocks, put them across there like this. It's going to be a bit difficult until we have enough like archers and other workers to fight these people off. It's going to make it very tricky. So I think they should probably defend pretty well against this side of the map. The reason I did the wall a bit higher up on this corner was because I think that any Corruptrons that come over here are going to be able to climb around. Okay, so for this catapult, we don't have enough resources for this. Can't reach any resources. That might be because... do we need iron for this? And it doesn't look like we have much iron here. It looks like we just have stone, unless this is iron. Not really sure on that one. No, that's actually stone. Okay, this looks like iron. Well, I don't know why there aren't any resources here. Maybe we need something different. I'm not sure if we have everything that we need for this. But I tell you what, in the meantime, let's get them constructing the rest of this tower. Okay, and then after that, we're going to put another stairway on the top of this. Something like this. And then we're going to need a single block on top of that, just to finish off that staircase. Well, we've got just under 2 minutes until the wave comes. Now I'm thinking, what's going to be more useful here? Probably going to be more useful if we send this guy, instead of standing in front of the unbuilt catapult, sending him to actually build some of these walls. That might be more useful. And in fact, what we can do is we can just leave Dammy to go and AI his way towards the corruptions that come towards us, because I think my main problem there was that I gave them opportunity to hit him before he hit them back, if you see what I mean, by doing some dirty clicking. Now, how close are we? We've got 25% ready to spawn. Seems a bit of a shame that we haven't got the rest of this blue crystal and it isn't actually being transported over here. I'm not sure how we're supposed to do that. Maybe, is there like a lumbering task, a construction task, and a new structure task? I don't think it's going to be in the new structure task. Yeah, it doesn't look like it is. Okay, well that's a shame. Of course, what we could do in a really sticky situation is killing one of our guys. I'm not sure how we could actually do that. Maybe we tell him to walk off the world. Well, I'm sure the AI is a bit more smart than that to just walk itself off the cliff to certain death. So maybe that isn't actually a plan. I think we're just going to have a bit of a rough time of it, and maybe we should recall all of our workers in this time. Have we even got this wall fixed? It doesn't look like this wall is up and running yet. We've got 30 seconds to get it in a bit more of a defensive state. The corruptions will have to climb over 1 brick high of wall. Not as much of an obstacle, but you know what? I'm just taking anything at this point in time. It does make it a bit difficult when there's about 4 corruptions coming towards you and only one of your guys can attack back. Maybe I should have gone for one of these warriors first instead. Or an archer. The archer seems so OP. Okay, well let's recall all of these workers. Come back home. Now where are they coming from this time? If they're coming from the south, there's 2 here. Oh no, there's 4 in total. It's going to make it a bit difficult for us. It looks like Dammy is doing an okay job though. He's taken 2 of them out. I think Dammy is going to die though, unfortunately, which makes it a little bit difficult for us. Has that given us what we need in terms of energy? 25% spawn rate? That doesn't look great if I'm honest. Okay, well this one's trying to break through the wall. I don't know if Atios is actually going to be able to attack him. Doesn't look like it. It looks like he's just running away, which is a bit of a shame. Have we really not got enough energy here to do anything? 25% ready? Oh, well, GG. Let's try this again. This is a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so what I've done is I've replayed the game up until the point at which we were before. We've got a little wall over here, which unfortunately I didn't manage to finish completely, but it should slow down any corruptions that come that way. We've also got this main central area again, but this time the main change that I made was that I actually spawned in a warrior instead of another worker. Now these 2 together should, fingers crossed, actually be able to push away the second wave. God knows what's going to happen on wave 3 if it keeps doubling, but that's latest problem. If we can get through wave 2 first, then that's going to be good. So let's unpause this and hopefully we won't die. But we've got Cobalt and Flute here. I've got great things in mind for you two, so please don't die. Okay, so there's 1 coming from over here. Where are the rest coming from? None from the right. Got any from anywhere else? It doesn't look like it, but there are only 2 of them. Surely that's not right, is it? There's only 2 of them on wave 2? Okay, well maybe it's a bit random then at how many come at one time. Seems a bit strange that the second wave when I played this before brought about 4 of the Corruptrons, but apparently this time there's only 1 of them, 1 more of them. And here he is, he's sauntering down. Unless this is a tough guy. Actually, yeah, look, he's like a big one. Okay, maybe that's why there's less of them this time. That must mean that he has more health, or maybe he's got ranged weapons. I've actually never seen this guy before. Maybe we should go and fight him in the field. Alright, you two, stick together because, you know, if he's ranged, then obviously... Oh god, this is really horrible, isn't it? So let's get ready for dragging one of them away if they need it. Oh my god! Okay, well he just literally destroyed both of our guys. Okay then! Well this seems a bit difficult, doesn't it? Well, whatever, either way. I mean, what else can you do really? If you got one of those big guys and he can easily wipe out two warriors, then what else can you do? Unless you have an archer that shoots him from a distance whilst he's coming over slowly? I'm not sure. Well, this time they've actually sent 4 of the small ones, so hopefully we should be able to take them on quite easily. Okay, so now these guys have taken out one of those. God, I really hope we don't get one of those big guys again. That would be a really bad thing. But luckily with 2 of them facing 4 of the small guys, 4 of the small Corruptrons, we should be okay with this wave. Thank God for that, right? So the next wave is only starting in 7 minutes, so we should probably get these guys back on their duties. So this one, we're going to get back on that task. Do we have enough to spawn another person in yet? Only 25% still. Okay, so the plan now is to finish off this wall. We're probably going to build another little wall over here like I tried before, and maybe build another wall over this way. This time I think I'm going to get an archer, because an archer's going to be able to hit a few of these guys before they actually make it to the centre area. Obviously if they send 2 of those massive ones towards us, we're not going to stand a chance, so we need some archers shooting at them before they can get in range. But for today, this seems like a good place to end it. It's been very tricky. But if you enjoyed it, please feel free to leave your support in the comment section below, leave ratings and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, awkward, awkward goodbye. Awkward.